Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Simone here. Today I'm going to be doing the Thrilling Thriller book tag, which was created by Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books. You all know I love Nicole's channel, so go and check her out. I'll link her original tag down below. I don't think I was tagged in this video by anybody, but I really wanted to do it because, as you know, I really love thrillers. I'm trying to do more content about thrillers this year, and so I really wanted to do this tag because it has some really great questions in it. So there are 9 questions, so let's get started. So the first question is, what was the last thriller that you bought? And for me it was Fractured by Karin. This is the second book in the Will Trent series. I don't think I've got the first one. I know I own a few others of Karin Slaughter. I read Pretty Girls by Karin Slaughter a couple of months ago and I absolutely loved it, and so I really want to get more of her work. I found this in my local charity shop for £1.50 and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it, and then if I have to get the rest of the series, I will. This one, like I said, follows, I believe, Special Agent Will Trent of the Criminal Apprehension Team, and then kind of what happens after that. I don't know anything else about it, but I know that this one is one that is on my TBR, and like I said, I have to get book 1 first though. Question number 2 is, show us the thriller you most recently added to your TBR, and for me that was The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. I bought this a month ago, I think. I have read this now as of the beginning of the month. I read this at the start of May, so you will get my full thoughts in my May wrap up, but just know I didn't like this book. Question number 3 is, what thriller did you have high expectations for but ultimately let you down? And for me that's going to be At Risk by Patricia Cornwell, which is the first book in the Winston Garano series. I love Patricia Cornwell. You may know that I read her Kay Scarpetta novels a lot. I love her writing in general. I've read a non-fiction of her about Jack the Ripper as well, and I loved that. But this one I just didn't quite get the same vibes for. I have watched the TV adaptation, the movie adaptation for TV that they did, which had Andy McDowell in, and I actually really liked that, and I'm pretty sure that was in a favourites of mine a couple of months ago. But yeah, the book just didn't quite have what I was looking for. I think it just wasn't quite for me. So yes, unfortunately I did have high expectations because of the author, but it wasn't quite what I was expecting. So question number 4 is, what tropes do you love and hate in thriller books? So for me, for what tropes I love, I like when characters have a dark past and you kind of learn about it and find out what it is that happened in their past to make them the way they are now. And I also really love dual perspectives. I really like when they do thrillers from like 2 different sides, and then you kind of piece it together as you read it. So yeah, I really love those tropes. Tropes I hate, and I know this is a little bit controversial, but I really personally don't love the unreliable narrator trope. It actually really annoys me. And I also hate it when a thriller has too many twists, so like when it's twist after twist after twist, because I feel like you can't ever like settle into the book. You constantly have things happening, and I feel like it's really unrealistic and it just gets kind of muddied, and I don't like that. Question number 5 is, recommend an underrated thriller, and this one is actually a free book on Kindle, as far as, well, it was when I read it anyway, whether it is still now I don't know, but it is the book called A Dark Lure, I don't know ever how to say that, by Loreth Ann White. So this follows a girl who, she was the victim of a rapist and murderer who tried to kill her but didn't, and then she's now made a new life. The guy's been put into prison and she's made a completely new life for herself, and then things start to happen that make her think that he's coming back and he's coming to get her again. And yeah, personally I really liked this thriller, and I think that it's definitely underrated because I've never heard anyone talking about it, but I love it. I think those free books on Kindles are great. I think a lot of the time though people kind of don't really read them, and I don't read them much myself to be honest, but I personally really loved that one. Question number 6 is to pick 3 thrillers from your shelves, 2 you've read and 1 you haven't, and get your viewers to guess which one. Now, as you all know, I have not kept any books that I've already read because I don't keep books that I've read. So I'm going to say them, put them on the screen rather than actually show you them because, you know. So the first one is Broadchurch by Erin Kelly, which is based on the TV show Broadchurch. The second one is Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, the same author of Gone Girl. And the third one is London Bridges, one of the Alex Cross novels by James Patterson. So let me know in the comments down below which one of those 3 you think I have not read. Question number 7 is, people are often intimidated by the thriller genre. recommend a thriller for beginners. So I have decided to go for I Let You Go by Claire Mackintosh. Personally, I really loved this book. I gave it a 5-star, and I think that it's one of those books where it's not too gory, it's not too intense, but it kind of has all the elements. It doesn't kind of like, it's not a confusing thriller, there's not lots of different things happening, there's not loads of twists, but there is like a shock twist, and it's quite a fun one, I think. I say fun, obviously that sounds awful, but basically it follows a woman, the story of the aftermath of a little boy who was killed by a hit and run, and the driver just drove off, and the main character has gone to a cottage to kind of get away from it all and to kind of like start again, and it's kind of about that. It's really, really good. I absolutely love it, and I think that everybody, if you're a beginner, I think that you will enjoy this, because like I said, it's not too like thriller like heavy, if that makes sense. It doesn't have lots of the tropes that a thriller novel has, I suppose. Yeah, I personally really like this, and I think if you're a beginner you'll enjoy this too. Question number 8 is, what is your all-time favourite thriller? And that is a really horrible question, because I don't think I have an all-time favourite. I love a lot of like series of thrillers, but I decided to just think of a thriller, and kind of whatever came to mind was going to be the one I mentioned. And I think this is a really good one, and I loved it, so it is one of my favourites. And that one is Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. I absolutely love this one. It has become a TV series, which I have not seen, so I can't vouch for that. But I can say that the book for me was really well done. I loved the perspectives from it, and I just think it was one of those books that stuck with me and I really thought about afterwards. I have a lot of other Liane Moriarty books, and I would love to get to them because I do think she's amazing. In fact, there's one literally behind me here, The Husband's Secret, which Linda from Linda's World of Books had actually picked that for me as her prize win, and I haven't read it yet, so I'm definitely going to do that soon, Linda, I promise. But yeah, for me that one's probably up there, I would say, with one of my favourites. And question number 9 is to tag some fellow thriller lovers. Most people have done this tag that kind of love thrillers. I'm definitely late to the bandwagon. So what I've done is I've picked 3 people that I would love to hear their thoughts on thrillers. This is not necessarily their like favourite genre, or even a genre they read lots of, but I'd love to hear kind of what they do have and what answers they have if they want to do it. If you don't want to do it, obviously don't, that's absolutely fine, but I wanted to tag you anyway. So the first person I want to tag is Rachel from Rachel Marie Book Junkie. I love Rachel's channel, and I would just like to hear her thoughts, really. I also want to tag Emma from the channel Emma Rose. Love her again, and yeah, she's really kind of always has new things to talk about, so I'd love to kind of get her insight. And the third one I want to choose is Eleanor from Eleanor Reads Books. I love Eleanor's channel. I don't know if you want to do it as well, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know that sometimes you read thrillers, so yeah, I would love to hear what you 3 think and what your thoughts are on it, but don't feel any pressure, obviously. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, guys, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Press the little notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload another video, and I will see you next time for a new one. Bye, guys!